Hello and welcome to Planet Zoo, where I try to recreate the Antwerp Zoo as accurately as I can. In today's episode I will build the parrot aviary. Now of course, until Frontier adds an aviary mechanic in some future DLC, you don't have any functioning parrots in the game. I think an aviary DLC is one of the most requested DLCs out there, along with some sort of aquarium DLC. With the new mechanics added in the aquatic DLC, I actually think that it's far more likely that we'll get more of these new mechanics, like flight, added into the game. But enough speculation about the future of Planet Zoo. Let's get back to our aviary building here. It is actually one of the oldest exhibits of the zoo, the plans being drafted by architect Charles Servet in 1854, and the building itself being completed by 1856. Originally, it was intended as an aviary for birds of prey, and in addition, the aviary wasn't located at its current location. It was actually located to the right of the Moorish temple, which houses the okapis, and at the time of its construction, the aviary used the new Bessemer procedure to produce steel, and thus quickly became a novelty in European zoos at the time. In 1957, however, a part of the left wing of the aviary was torn down, and from what I could find, in 2013 the aviary was completely torn down, and the zoo decided to reconstruct it in another location where it currently sits since 2020. As you can see on the picture on screen right now, on the left there's these kind of rocks in the wall. Now I wanted to simulate this in the game, and I used these temple stones because the backside of those stones is actually flat. So you don't have any rocks pointing out or anything. You actually have this nice little texture of rocks, and it's flat. And you can use that in walls if you have enough room for them. And I used them several times here in this build, and I think it really worked out well to have that same effect. Now, as you can see there, I'm using glass for the roof of the aviaries, on the left aviary there, and I'm using barriers, as you can see in a second here. I'm using these barriers for the other aviaries, for the viewing part. Now that's important because using barriers means you actually have a lot of issues with paths, and as it's quite a tight squeeze between the aviary and the okapi enclosure there, as you can see here on the right there. I had to use this little path trick where you use a queue and you delete the entrance of the queue, and then you can replace the queue with the normal path, and then you can have paths that are a little bit well, how do you say that? Smaller, like not with 4, but like 3 or 2 even. But anyways, we're now on this central big aviary piece here. And as you can see there on the left and on the right, you can have a little bit of a better picture of these stone walls that I used. They are not behind some shadow here, so you can actually have quite a good look at them. And I also used this little trick to make custom arches, as you could see there in a while back there. Now the rest of the time lapse isn't really that special or anything, so I'm just going to leave you with a little bit of music, and I will see you at the end of the video where I have a look inside of the live game. So no speed build, and have a look at all the small little details that may have been a little bit too fast in this time lapse. So see you there. before I go into the live game, I want to thank Drac for making these awesome Macaw models. I will put in a link in the description to the workshop page where you can find these awesome models. I only put them in this exhibit, but let's go into the live game, shall we? We're now in the game, and this is how the entire thing looks like. In the time lapse you of course don't see the entire thing in one image, so this is really nice to look at. In between recording I of course added the details like the trees over here. So yeah, let's have a look at all the stuff here. So of course we have these nice little stone wall pieces here. Of course the textures are glitching a bit, but if you zoom out you don't really notice that anymore. So in all these exhibits here there's no like animals, not even fake ones. The macaws are in here in this larger aviary piece here. So as I said in the speed build, these are Drac's macaw models. They really look nice, and yeah, they are enjoying their time, even though they might not look like it. So you have these aviaries. There's not much special about this, really, if you think about it. But it's a really nice thing to like finish off this corner of the zoo here. And yeah, like if you have a little, I don't want to give away too much because I have been building. Already what's next, and I don't want to spoil it, so I might, yeah, you might see it a bit there if I don't want to give away too much, but yeah, you can see there in the distance I have been working on the skywalk, so that's next episode. The skywalk where the red pandas are actually yeah, the habitat of the red pandas is over there. So I've been doing that for the next episode already. But yeah, of course, this episode we finished this nice little corner of the zoo over here. I can safely zoom out without showing too much over here. So this corner is basically done now. I promised someone I would put this on the Steam Workshop after episode 10, and I think this is episode 10. Well, I'm sorry, but I will have to do it after the next episode because I've already built large parts of the skywalk and I don't want to spoil that bit. But yeah, look forward to that, and if you like this video, please consider giving it a like, and if you want to see more, press that subscribe button, and I hope I see you next time. Bye!